Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started with my first binder here, my main binder. I collect hobi, obviously, and as of right now, I think this is a 5-inch binder that I just moved into, and yeah, it's already starting to bust a little bit. So I really, with all my heart, wanted to keep everything in one binder, but it looks like it's just not gonna happen. So potentially in the future, I'll be splitting into, maybe 2 binders, maybe a couple smaller ones, I'm not sure, but this just isn't really working, and I really don't wanna go any bigger than this, but we will see. But anyway, as you can see here on the front, I just have some pictures, and I do have a fan sign page that I was able to pick up for a pretty good price at one point. I don't normally collect these, but how can you pass this up? I mean, come on. And don't worry, he is in plastic and a top loader, and behind this binder plastic, so he's pretty safe, but he is already like dinged up a little bit. I mean, you can see like whoever tore it didn't do the greatest job. I mean, it's not terrible. Thankfully, it doesn't really go into the picture a ton, but there are some like dings and dents. But oh well. I probably wasn't really gonna do much else with it, so I figured I might as well put it in the front of my binder, and I quite like it, so. But anyway, moving on. Yeah, so I'll move this kind of more into frame. Hopefully the glare isn't too bad. I was kind of playing around with the lighting, but it isn't perfect. So, as you can see in the front, I just have my Korean album PCs for the School Love Affair. Right now I have one of them. I am going to end up collecting the other version, the arms in, group picture version. When I get a chance, I just have to kind of buy it, but I haven't, really been prioritizing that. So I'll pick that up eventually. But then we have some of the, older albums here with Oh Are You Late 2. This is where I'm going to be putting the other School Love Affair stuff. And then Dark and Wild. So for Oh Are You Late 2, I currently have, hobi in the group, of course. And I am going to end up picking up this other version. So it is literally the same on the front, but on the back, instead of where it says like JHope, there's another press where it has the Oh Are You Late 2 back. So not really a big difference, but I'm gonna do it anyway because it also kind of helps fill up this page. And as you'll kind of see here as we flip, it makes sense to me for the moment. So we'll have Oh Are You Late 2 across the top, School Love Affair. So this is the reprint group. That's what I pulled. I have 2 more copies on the way from a group order that's taking quite a while just because the Korean address that the group order manager is going through has been slow with like packaging and stuff, but that's pretty typical. And then I just had this like single one that I actually had before this one, and there's a spot, so I might as well just keep it, I guess. But yeah, as far as the other 2 copies, I'm assuming I'm going to be able to get hobi out of that group order, assuming she pulls it. I forget how many copies she is, has on the way, but I'm assuming I'll be able to get it through that group order. If not, I'll probably just buy it off of Neogyo or something. And then across the bottom, I have like the Dark and Wild. So I have 2 of the groups, and of course, hobi's solo PC. There is a 3rd group, but I'm probably not gonna collect that, at least not anytime soon, because I just like how it fits. And if I get a 3rd one, I don't really have a good spot to put it, except maybe on the back, but I'll probably just stick with 2 for now. Then moving on, we have HYYH2, Young Forever First Press Dope, the Young Forever Taiwanese version, You Never Walk Alone, and then the Her PCs here. So this just kind of worked out, having, these other 9 pocket sized PCs. I originally had these somewhere else, but it made this work out better. I'm gonna pick a group card of choice to put here. Probably not the her lenticular, at least not anytime soon. So I think I would, you know, theoretically be able to choose from any of these group PCs, but we'll see. I had the You Never Walk Alone group at one point, and then I ended up selling it. So that would have been nice to put here, but alas. But yeah, then I have her here because that leaves Tear and Answer to fill up this other 9 pocket with either the Tear or Answer lenticular group card there. For whenever I, you know, see one for a good price or pick one up, I'd like to put that there. And I'm not really too picky. Probably down the line I will go back and at least collect group cards, but for now I'm just going to be putting them where I have open spots. Just that way I don't have to put a filler, and it is just a nice way to kind of, you know, represent some of the other members too. And then of course on this page we have the Map of the Soul. 2 various albums there with Persona and 7, and then I have the Map of the Soul 7 version 1 group card already here because I got that in trade, I think, for an extra Hobi version 1 that I had. Then we have some of the other like larger sized PCs and inclusions with HYYH1, Young Forever, Wings, and then the Persona postcard here. Moving on, I have my BTS World with the limited edition double-sided coupon and luggage tag. And then here I also put my, try to get it out of some of the glare. This is my Persona broadcast. I think it's like Gave Back to Fans event card, and then my Run handshake PC. So again, these aren't really like album inclusions, but they're 9 pocket sized, and they just kind of, I had space here, so that's where they're gonna go for now. Then we move into the Japanese PCs. I have pretty much all of them minus Kayonenka. I have kind of seen that one around. The prices that I've seen are all pretty close together, so I just kind of need to pick one up. But I have seen it lower in the past, so I'm kind of holding out hope that I'll run into another cheap one again, but we will see. And I have the, you know, all the I Need You down at the bottom. Just rounding out the other Japanese PCs. And thankfully with Map of the Soul, The Journey, it kind of evened out where we didn't have like a random miscellaneous on another page. So that's really nice. Here I have my Best of BTS postcard things. As most people do, I just kind of put them both in one pocket. Not super ideal, but there doesn't really seem to be a better way to display them. But I actually, a lot of people don't like them, and I kind of don't prefer the size just because it makes them hard to display. But I really, really like these pictures for Hobi. I am a sucker for his orange hair, so yeah, give me the orange hair content, please. So then we have, of course, the jacket changing pictures and the little postcard leaflet things for all of the Japanese albums after they stopped doing the PCs. We have our Blood, Sweat, and Tears flyer, the Airplane Part 2 Fake Love flyer. Then the other ones are mostly on the way. The only one that I'm still kind of looking for is Mic Drop. Then we have, this is one of the Map of the Soul, The Journey postcard, like fan club postcard things, and one of the Face Yourself stickers. I don't know, just kind of random. And then we're moving on to kind of mostly now DVD stuff. So here I have the HYYH on Stage and HYYH on Stage epilogue photo cards there. These of course aren't really meant for this section, but I didn't really have anywhere else to put them. So they're here for now. The Wings tour, I think this was like the ticket book inclusion, and then the Wings concept book lenticular, which I love. Wings, the whole Wings, Blood, Sweat, and Tears era is my absolute favorite of all time. Blood, Sweat, and Tears, favorite song, favorite choreography, favorite music video, favorite everything. So I love it, love it. This is probably one of my favorite things in my book, to be honest. Moving on to the tour DVD photo cards, we have the Wings tour, Love Yourself, Soul, and then we have the New York and Europe, and then I just put the DVDs here. I think I saw someone else do this, and I really, really liked it, just because it kind of makes the backs look really nice and just kind of evens out with the Wings tour, since there wasn't a photo card for the Soul Blu-ray there. Then we have some of the Blu-ray postcards. My epilogue on stage is on the way, and this one is Wings. My poster. Then I have the Love Yourself, Speak Yourself little bookmark inclusions, and this is like most people do. You know, you have a Third Muster Blu-ray standee, which I'll put here when I get him as well. Musters, we have Third Muster, third fan meeting, and then this one is the Japanese fan meeting, volume 3. I think it's Kimini Todoku special venue card. Fourth Muster, fourth fan meeting, volume 4, and then of course the 5th. Then we have our Fifth Muster Blu-ray photos. So Fifth Muster, and then this will be the Japan Fan Meeting Volume 5 photo. Moving on to the memories section. So for this, I have my 17, 18, and 19, of course, DVDs and Blu-rays. And then on this side, since 16 didn't have like member-specific inclusions, I've just decided to fill up this page by collecting the ones of these that I liked, and then the Wings card that has Hobi in the unit. That's the only one I haven't found. I was able to get this one, the Blood, Sweat, and Tears one, thankfully, with the actual DVD. And then this one I found recently for a really good price. So I just decided to snatch that up. So now I'm only on the lookout for one. The Memories 2019 Blu-ray, or did it come with the DVD too? I think maybe both. Photo, I don't know. Then we're moving on to my broadcast cards, and this is probably one of my favorite sections in my entire binder. I'm this close to being complete with it. I'm currently just missing one, but it is on the way. So we have War of Hormone, Dope, I Need You, and Run. And all of these are generally older, some of the harder ones to find, obviously just because of like their age, but this one, War of Hormone, I think was one of the more recent ones that I got, and I just so happened to look online, see it, I think it was like on eBay, and a seller, a previous Hobi collector, I guess, was selling it for a really good price, and thankfully I messaged her just in time. I think either she had just put it up or she'd come back from a hiatus, and I messaged her right away inquiring about this, and I was really, really lucky because very shortly after I completed the payment, I saw like on the seller's Instagram that someone had inquired like 10 minutes after I bought it, that asking like, oh, it was sold. And I'm like, oh, that would have been tragic, finding that one for such a good price and then just missing out on it. So yes, let's see. Try to kind of keep the glare out of it. It does have like a very, very minor like stain here. If my camera, I don't know if it's gonna focus. And I don't even really know how well you can see it on camera, but it's so minor. Like, normally I don't like damaged things, but this card is hard enough to find anyway, so I wasn't really gonna pass it up, and that's just so minor. But yeah, so this one I don't see a ton. Actually, none of these I really see very often. Then these are a little bit more common. So you have your Fire and Spring Day, and then I just put my Blood, Sweat, and Tears down here. So I'm really, really trying to hold off on collecting like the group cards of these, just because it can get expensive. And I know if I end up getting the cheaper ones, the cheaper group ones, I'm gonna fall down that rabbit hole, and I'm trying to avoid that kind of like as much as possible. But for this one, I've already said Blood, Sweat, and Tears is my favorite of all time. So I made an exception for this one, and my reasoning is kind of solid in that it does end up, again, making the numbers and the layout work. So I'm gonna be okay with that. I'm gonna live with that excuse. But ideally, because these are so small, I probably would have liked to have turned them and put them both in the same sleeve. But again, it makes the layout work. You'll see in a second. But biggest pet peeve of all time, because this would be up there as one of my favorite cards, and it still kind of is, but why is it so small? I know most people have an issue with this, and it's literally, these are the only ones out of all these broadcast cards that are a different size. It just throws it off, throws the layout off, and it's such a pretty picture. Like, I swear, I will never get over it. But there we go. I mean, it is literally so gorgeous, and it's so small. I cannot. But yeah. Anyway, off that rant and moving on. Then we have the Love Yourself cards here with the Her, obviously for the DNA, Fake Love for Tear, and then Idol for Answer. And then the Map of the Soul, Persona, and On. Another slight rant about these cards. I got them like a week or 2 weeks or something before they announced that they were releasing like 300 more sets of these. So originally I think there was like only 27. So the prices were kind of crazy. Thankfully for, you know, JHope, and as is with like usually Young line in general, they're cheaper than some of the Magne line members, but they were still a pretty penny. And now the prices are way down from when I bought these. So a little sad, but I can pretend that they're like special in a weird way. I don't know. We're gonna live with it. I'm gonna tell myself that. So then we move on to like the tour stuff. So first in the line is Red Bullet. I have almost the full set of these. I'm just missing 2 out of 8. I cannot find this card anywhere for the life of me. I look literally every day. So if anyone ever runs across that card, please let me know. The only things I can find right now are like selling a whole set, and I obviously don't need that, and I'm not quite desperate enough at this point to buy the entire set just for one card. Because I know it will turn up somewhere, but please, I keep seeing this one, and I think the picture is actually pretty similar to this one, and so I keep getting excited, but it's not. But anyway, I love these. This was such a great photo shoot, really. Then we have, this is another really, really cool and special one in my collection here. That kind of works, I guess. Sorry for some of the glare. I'm trying to get my lighting sitch figured out, but it isn't great. But this is the Hello session in Malaysia postcard photo from that. So in 2015, they did essentially a fan meeting, I believe, in Malaysia, and they gave out, I don't know the exact number, but there aren't a ton of these in circulation. I found this one for a really, really good price. So I, of course, snatched it up. Not to mention, I just don't see many of these floating around anyway. It's not in 10 out of 10 perfect condition. As you can see, there's like a little bit of yellowing and browning along the edges. Nothing crazy, just some minor like yellowing there. And then on the front, the edges, some of the corners are a bit white, kind of like, but really nothing to complain about at all. So yeah, love this card. I'm so glad to have found it because that's just one less stressful thing to be looking for. And I love it. Again, I love that whole red bullet kind of era. Then we have Wake Up, the full set for that. The HYYH on Stage, I'm done with the PCs, and the photo set for that one. HYYH on Stage Epilogue, again, same thing. I have all the PCs here as well as both photos. Then we move on to Wings. So they're like, of course, the 2 versions. I only have the full, all the Hobi cards plus a soap unit for version 2. I think black is the version 2. Version 1, I'm still kind of working on, but to be honest, I'm not really like prioritizing this one a ton. This isn't one of my favorite photo concepts of all time. So I'll finish it in time, but it is kind of disappointing. I was supposed to be like trading 2 of these with someone, and they said that they had the cards on the way months and months ago, and I can be patient, but I asked them once or twice whether they still wanted to trade. They said they did, and then the most recent time that I got with them, they've just like ghosted me. I don't know. So not holding my breath for that. So I'll be on the lookout for them eventually. Then some of the other Wings inclusions, I have the version 2 photo frame. I don't have version 1 yet, but again, I'm not really in a super rush. I'll pick it up eventually. And some of the stickers. The Face Photo Collection. And I actually have the Face Photo Collection for the Wings final as well, but I have them in my book and I don't really want to tear them out. I don't know, I just kind of like the book and I don't really want to like put all the members in my other binder. I'd rather just leave them in the book, I think, and I don't know. Then the Wings final. This is probably my favorite mini photo card set of all. I mean, I just think that these photos are super gorgeous. I'm just missing one. I think I actually did have it, but the back was like really spotted up. Like on some of these, you can see like a few little like white dots, but that one was really bad. And I don't know, I just figured I'd spend another like $7 to pick up a better looking one. So then we have the holo card, which is just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, and then the essay book clear card there. Then I have all of the Wings final units with soap. Then we move on to Love Yourself. Love Yourself Japan. This is another one that I really like. I just think these pictures are really like gorgeous. I know that people are kind of over the white concept, but which obviously this was earlier, but regardless, I think that these like flower pictures up top just are really nice contrast. I really love that. Then Love Yourself, Speak Yourself Japan. Yeah, Love Yourself, Speak Yourself Japan. Love Yourself, Speak Yourself, the final. And then the Love Yourself, Speak Yourself final photo set. I just need the other unit. I'll put it on the back eventually when I get it. Map of the Soul. Then Map of the Soul 1. And the Map of the Soul 1 little postcards from the book. And then this is where I keep all the units. The only one that I'm done with is Map of the Soul. I can't seem to find like any of these other cards. No one wants to trade me, so I can't find those. Still trying, but I'll probably just end up having to buy them eventually. Then we have some of the different like merchandise photo card inclusions here. Just waiting on one, the backpack from On. I joined to go for that. And then this is where I'm putting all of my like army booth. So actually I'm not totally 100% sure if these Wings Tour clear ones will fit in a 9 pocket or if they're gonna have to go in an 8 pocket, but we'll figure that out when I actually get them in. For now, the only one that I have is the dispenser PC from the Love Yourself, Speak Yourself, the final. Then some of the Love Yourself army booths. Then we move into the musters. So for this, I just have kind of like you saw with the tours, I just have the Korean and then the Japanese versions together. So I don't currently have anything for first, but actually the postcard and the first fan meeting Japan photo are on the way. Then this is the 17520 second muster. I have this one on the way. I think I've bought this one, or I attempted to buy it through Neokyo, but I'm not sure if the purchase has been confirmed yet. And then I can't find this one anywhere, so. The photo set. The other muster, the 22920. And then the accordion photo for that. Undercover Mission for Japan Fan Meeting Volume 2. We have the third muster player cards. And then the third muster photo set. And then these are the scrapbook photos for Korean third muster, and then Japan Fan Meeting Volume 3, and then the army booths for the third muster. And then I'm going to just probably put here, I've decided, one of the third fan meeting army booth cards of choice group. I don't think that there's any individual ones for that, so I'll just pick a group one and throw it there. The third fan meeting, or fan meeting volume 3. Again, kind of same thing here. I'll pick one of the group ones just to fill up the empty space. Fourth muster, almost done. The cloud cards. Fan meeting volume 4. And the fan meeting volume 4 cloud cards. The fifth muster, and this has been a really frustrating one. I have 3 on the way through an Instagram seller, and then this one I had, and then I found out that it was fake. I was just doing kind of a closer look. These ones are notorious for just being hard to differentiate sometimes, the reals from the fakes. And I think it was one of the first ones that I had in this set, so I just kind of stuck it in, and then as I got some of the other ones, I wasn't paying too close attention, and I just looked one day, and yeah, it was a fake. I still have the fake one, so maybe at some point I can do a side-by-side. I mean, generally, like, the pictures aren't gonna be as nice. These are like harder to tell. The texture is another good way, but these are smoother cards anyway. But there is like a difference with the text here on these silver-backed ones, but then the 8 I found is one of the easiest ways to tell. The fakes that I've seen for both this version and the Japanese version, the 8s are like more squished up, if that makes sense. So here they kind of come down all the way to the O or to the 0, but on the fakes, they're kind of squished up. But maybe I'll do like a side-by-side comparison of that at some point. The guest book message cards, the Japan Fan Meeting Volume 5, and then we have like the LG Play Zone, I think it was, card. I'm gonna put I need to get the pop-ups, but I have the Hobi unit lenticular on the way. Bongbongkan. Only one I'm missing is number 1. I did have a trade for that one, but it's been like 7 weeks now. I know that she sent it. I have the mailing proofs and all that, and I actually even saw it in my informed delivery roll-up one day, but it just hasn't shown up. And I'm really, really holding off. So I am afraid that it's lost, but I'm really, really holding off buying one just yet, because Map of the Soul, I did that. I was trading with one person for like 3 cards, and it literally took 7 weeks. But the day before that, I ended up getting them in the mail. I bought the cards. So I have tons of dupes of that Hobi for Map of the Soul tour, so I'm holding off. Hopefully it'll show up. If not, I am still trying to trade some of the mini Bongbongkan. I just don't see this one. This isn't one that many people got in their packs, so it's been a little bit harder than the message cards. The photo set photos, so I have them in a 3 pocket because they're a little bit too big for 4 pockets, but I really hate how it's just empty up there. So I don't know, hopefully maybe I can try to find some big 4 pockets somewhere, but right now I just have the other ones in the back. Not ideal. And then some of the other random inclusions for the musters. These are technically like army booths, so a little bit different, so I might move those. I'm not totally sure. Some of the groups. This is another trade I've been waiting on for a little bit. First, Japan showcase photos. So these are a little bit small for these 3 pockets, but there was only 3, so I don't know. I figured that it worked kind of nicely. Put the kind of different one there, and then these 2 white ones down here. I don't know. The I Need You Shibuya Mari photo set. And then this is the For You photos, which I think these are like kind of all in a weird order, but I'm going to reorganize these when I get a few more things in one of my next Myokyo packages, I think. And then we have like the standee here. I also have like the For You standee coming. The youth handshake card. So I just found this one recently for a pretty good price. And the stamp on it is really, really nice, clear, not smudged. A lot of the ones that I had been seeing were really, really badly smudged, and this one was like only $5 or $10 more than ones that I had been seeing. So yay, thankfully I found that. And then I am gonna put the youth, I think they're like pre-order cards here. Then these are some of the Japanese fan club renewal benefit photos. So I do have a couple more of these on the way, and a really exciting one. I think I'm just on the hunt for 2 more. I think the very first 2 actually. The Wings Kyocera Dome. And then we have, of course, these are some of most everyone's favorites. We have the hollow stars. Fix that in a bit. And then the hollow hearts. Then we're moving on to some kind of like miscellaneous things. So here we have the Army Pedia puzzle, the light stick PCs, and then the Festa Moodlight PCs, the House of BTS pop-up bingo PC, and then my clear puzzle PC there. Then this is some Season's Greetings stuff. So I just found this one yesterday, so that one is on the way. There's like a 2016 item that will go here at some point. The 2017, 2019, I think this came in the 2019 Season's Greetings, the little baby photo, and then the ID ID photos here. I did put these in a 6-pocket sleeve because this one doesn't fit in anything else. And I didn't really want to put it somewhere weird, thankfully. Like this isn't, I mean, it's a little excessively big, but it's not terrible. I just got to figure out a way to better kind of set those down. Then the Season's Greetings 2020 lenticular and photo, as well as the like mini poster and then the unit mini poster for that. And some of these Season's Greetings and different package stuff, I've kind of been contemplating like moving back into my BTS OT7-ish binder, but I'm not totally sure. I'm a little conflicted on that still. And the 2019 summer package. This is actually 2018 Season's Greetings. So all of this stuff is kind of like in a weird order that I'm not really satisfied because this doesn't even go here. This is like a Shibuya 109 Christmas card, but I just had an empty spot. And as you can see, we're already busting at the seam. So I'm trying to avoid putting in extra sleeves when I don't have to. Then the winter package photo. Then these are some of the second membership photos. This is the Festa accordion for 2019, and then 3rd membership photo, 5th Army membership, like clear mini poster. Then we move on to the Army Pedia. So I kept this mostly in order, except for I put horizontal photos up top when there were any. And I think it actually worked out perfectly that all the verticals got vertical spots and all my horizontals got horizontal. So just do a quick flip through of those. Yeah, you see like this one shouldn't be here if we're going chronologically, but it wouldn't make sense to put like a vertical one there. So, and then the last one is the answer. Then we have our butterfly dream. I have 8. I think that there's technically 9 considered for Hobi and probably every member, I don't know, but I currently have 8, and I actually kind of like how they, you know, all fit nicely in a 9 or a 4 pocket here. So I'm gonna pick up the last one when I find it, but it's just one that I don't see very much, so we'll see if and when that happens. But for now, I'm not like in a super rush because I like how it lays out. Then we have the exhibition photos, and actually some of these exhibition photos are some of my favorite. I hope they continue doing stuff like this because, I mean, I just think that these are gorgeous. And then we have the Serendipity 24/7 exhibition, the photo card, and then the photo sets, little like postcard photos. I don't know which, I think these are the Korean ones and then these are the Japanese, but could be wrong. I'll have to look it up. Then these were the little photos from the little like postcard book. Then the unreleased raw photo, and then I am going to put the little ticket page down here. And then we have some of the little docu-series and in the soup photos, just kind of some miscellaneous back here. Okay, and then we move into the collaboration section. So I'm not totally satisfied with this layout. Still debating how I want to do it, but for now, it kind of mostly works out. I have like, this first page is all like food and drink related stuff. So we have Coca-Cola, Lamona, the Chilsung cider, Baskin Robbins, and then the barbecue down here. Then on this page, this is kind of like cosmetics, and then I guess these are kind of like more like fitness, but fitness clothing brands kind of makes sense. I don't know, in my mind. The toothbrush, these are all the MTPR contact lens PCs. These two are on the way. We have the Ceci, which this is actually one of my favorite favorite photos, favorite collab photos. This is a recent little baby that I got, but I'm so happy to finally have the Puma PC, and then the Fila Project 7, kind of recent, and that one has a really, really gorgeous like holographic back. Then this one is kind of like electronics-ish. Well, I guess not really. Smart is more of like a uniform thing, but I don't know. I think I ran out of room. We'll see. Cloudberry Smart on the way. Haven't really picked that one up yet. LG. This is one of the new Samsung Galaxy Buds Live PCs. I ran a go for that. Then we have the other Samsung Buds, the Samsung phone, and then there is another S20 Plus PC that I have secured. Some of the Puma postcards and the Fila postcards. Then we have the VT Cosmetics for the little like perfume thing. This is the clear acrylic. I should probably put some white paper back there, but I guess you can kind of see it better here. Backwards. Then some more of the VT Cosmetics. Mediheal, which I think back here I also have a JHope unit that I just didn't really have a good place. I guess I have it kind of like this. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a good place to put him, so I might move it into my other binder. Now it's backwards. I'll fix it later. The other Mediheal, D-Icon, the Weverse Samsung Galaxy Buds Lenticular, SK Telecom, LG, and then we have the larger-ish, almost mini poster, large postcard, Smart, and another like little LG ad. And then SK Telecom, I think this is like a little data card thing, and then I only have 2 of the T-Money cards at this point. But yeah, that is it.